Guys, welcome to my second video of the day. I don't usually do two in one day, but I wanted to make another one to talk about a put that I sold today on a company that got hit pretty hard from earnings, and I'm taking a chance on them. I'm also taking a chance on another company that also got hit hard. And I want to go through how much I made today alone from selling options. So if you like this kind of content, I document me selling options, show how much I make, show how much I lose if that does occur, and the things I do well and the things I don't do so well. That way you can hopefully learn from me, and if nothing else, you find this entertaining. And if you do, please hit that like button. That way this reaches more people. I really do appreciate it. Because I put my portfolio out here on full display, you can see all of the options that I've sold that are going to expire this week. I'm not too worried about any of them. One of them you might see right here is Pinterest, which is relatively new to the portfolio. I used to sell a couple options on Pinterest back in the day, and then I stopped, and then I saw it got beaten down pretty hard from earnings, and I don't know if it was truly justified as much as it was beaten down. Another one that was beaten down recently was Chipotle. I love Chipotle as a company. They had some negative outlook and some lower same store sales, which drove the stock to go down massively. I think it was like 16% in one day. So I also sold a put on Chipotle. And I also saw Kava, another fast casual chain, kind of like Chipotle, was down pretty substantial as well. And if I see a stock that's beaten down, I look at why it's been beaten down, and then I make a judgment call. Do I think it was justified or not? Pinterest, for instance, let's look at the stock and how it's been performing. Just a glimpse here, 22% for the day it was down. And I think one of the big reasons that the stock declined was because they had less earnings from ads. Ad pricing declined 24% year over year, which is probably how they make a substantial amount of their money. Even with that being said, the company reported 17% year over year revenue increases, totaling over $1 billion for the last quarter. And they also had record growth in monthly active users, reaching 600 million monthly active users on the app, which is pretty substantial. That's huge. So what I did is I ended up selling a put, and I made, as you can see here, $21 selling this $25 strike put that's expiring this Friday. I don't know if you guys really care about the Morningstar ratings that Robinhood displays for Robinhood Gold members, but if you do, they say a fair value for the stock is $35. So if you put any weight into what that has to say, with it being at $25, $26 a share right now, you could say it's pretty undervalued. And I made a few trades today. I sold a few options, and I probably bought to close a couple as well. And I went ahead and I created a statement here on Robinhood that spans all of today. And I hopped over to my web app on selloptions.net. You can go check this out for yourself too. If you sell options on Robinhood, go ahead and create a statement, throw it on here, and watch how it instantly calculates how much you made from selling options. Because I used to manually track all this stuff in a spreadsheet, and that took just way too long. So if I go ahead and upload today's statement, you can see November 5th of 2025, I made 5 total trades, and the total amount of net premium that hit my account, this is cash that I can do whatever I want with, was $368 today. And here are the 3 ticker symbols that I ended up selling options on today. SoFi making up the majority, then BMNR, the Ethereum treasury stock, and then PINS, which we just saw the example where I made $21.05 worth of fees. So that's why it's $20.95. But I always see videos where people are talking, what are some stocks that you can sell options on for small accounts? And I'm not giving financial advice, but this could be in your bucket if you're interested, because Pinterest is a relatively cheaper stock. You're going to have $2,600 worth of money in your account to use as collateral if you sell a put, at least at the $26 strike price. You might go lower to, let's say, a $21 strike price, then you only need $2,100. But I like to keep a list here on Robinhood. You can see I added it to my list of all the potential stocks that I may consider selling options on in the future. And I take a look at that list every now and then and just see where the stocks are and if any are catching my eye. So if we look at another future potential trade, because I might not just sell one, I might continue to sell them into the future. I'm not going to look at this Friday. I'm actually going to go a few weeks out. So let's go actually to November 28th. And an option that I particularly like is this $24 strike having a delta of a 0.24. So there's a 76% chance that this expires completely worthless. and you make a whole $37 in just 23 days time selling this one put. If you're curious what that is in terms of ROI, I actually have some calculators on the site as well that you can check out and use for yourself when you're analyzing different trades. If we go ahead and crunch the numbers, or the expected premium, this is per share, so it's exactly as you see here in Robinhood. And then $24 is a strike price. Let's say we only sell one contract. If we calculate that, that is a 1.5% ROI in 22 days time. And if I were to perfectly execute this every single 22 days for the whole year, that's a annualized return or a yearly return of about 25.5%. Now, if you're feeling a little more risky and you want to go for the $25 strike price, well, then things change a little bit. So instead of 37 cents per share in premium, you actually get 70. So if we throw that in there and then one more dollar for the strike price, so this would be 25. And if we calculate that, then the ROI goes up substantially, almost to 3%. So if you want to play a little more risk and have a higher chance of being in the money by November 28th, then you could sell this $25 put. And if you think Pinterest is going to stay above $25 between now and November 28th, or you're just okay with owning 100 shares of Pinterest at $25, you might consider selling this put. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Like I said, if you like this, please consider hitting that like button, and I hope to see you in a future video.